Hello viewers, just put that to one side. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Curious to Ask. Do I have chocolate on my mouth? So this video is sort of a autism education video, but it's kind of a quick one because I haven't really got it sorted in my head yet, but it's about how I anthropomorphise things in the way that I think they find it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. When you like pull weeds out from in between paving slabs, or when you're pulling matches out from in between tiles when your dad's DIYing, it's like there I reflect my bodily state onto items. So I am in the process of doing a controlled demolition of my Lego Disney castle because I was itching to take it apart and have space for some other things. I'm either going to do my Sylvanian families, going to do some funny stuff with those, or I'm going to have another build on the go. But here we have the Disney castle, and here we have this very inadequate box to keep all the pieces in. And first of all, let me bring your attention to this feature window had curtains in. I did take a picture of the point at when I felt the feature window could actually breathe, because it had pink curtains in, and I cleared out the curtains, like, get these curtains down, and then at one point the window could actually breathe and it was all aired out. So now I've got down to having no window and just the bed, so it's nice and airy. And I'm taking it apart to sort of see how much I can take off but still leave, like how much I could take off from the exterior to still leave the interior and have things gradually like come apart, like, because to me taking Lego apart is just as much a hobby as putting it together, and it's just so much fun because I have got to a point where I can't take some of these things off without compromising the structure that I want to retain. So, but we can take these windows off, and then it's like the windows off. Then this tower up here, the spire, the other day it was like it's hot. Oh. That wasn't quite what I was going for, but come on, let's cool off. This was not meant to happen. But these guys are cool at the top now. Okay. So his hat came off. I don't know what I'm saying really, but see, this one is just a quick video about taking apart my Disney castle because I wanted to get it on camera, get it filmed to show you before I took the whole lot apart. And this wasn't meant to happen. I was only meant to pull this bit off because that was his, like, it was so he could do that. But so basically it's like, it's not just like, oh, let's just take some Lego bricks apart, and it's like a person. And if and the person and wanting it to breathe and feel free, I guess. And then when I have some of my dolls and figures I think, oh well, they've got to have a nice cushiony bit to sit on because they're bums. I don't tend to see dolls and things as just moulded bits of plastic. They're like, it's like an extension of how my body feels and how I perceive sensory input is laid onto things I play with and stuff. I don't really know how to describe this. I just thought you might like to see me taking apart Disney Castle, because it's just fun. Quite like that because that's like the interior, and the interior's being exposed without the exterior. That's what I'm sort of going for. It's fun to take it apart in a different way than how you built it, because then you get to see it differently. And I opened this out so that people, mainly because I was focused on getting light into it, and then it was there so it is nice and airy, and then it was the window so it could breathe, and then it was like so it could like sort of shed off its skin and be like, oh, that's what I was going for. And I just wanted to get it on camera before I took the whole thing apart, because it also reminded me I was going to leave it at one point, and then it reminded me like two like Lego figures, and they could be exploring an abandoned Disney castle. Because I like those videos where they explore abandoned places. I find those really interesting. And I just find buildings and architecture, there's a certain emotionality to looking at architecture, and it's like not just seeing lines of a building, but I imagine that it's sort of wisps of people and motion inside the building, and looking at buildings and through buildings, it's like there's a mist and emotion, and it's not just looking at bricks, it's like an atmosphere. I started reading Strange the Dreamer, which is sort of influencing my mind a bit, because it's a really good book. I don't usually enjoy straight fantasy books, but it's really good because it's like floating through it, and it's not like certain fantasy books, it's like a trudge because I can't grip onto anything that's earthbound. But with this, it's a flight rather than a trudge through mud. It's a flight through the book because the sentences are so lyrical. So if you want, that's the book I'm reading currently, and I'm also going through my Sherlock books because I want to do some drawings like sort of Piaget style, but not really, because I want to make them colourful, but finding bits in the Sherlock stories, because I was reading the complete Sherlock Holmes book stories, and I finished that, and now I'm going through my bigger book, which is annotated Sherlock, noting down all the moments that I want to draw, but I did wonder whether to draw them as Martin and Ben, but then I think I'm going to draw them as my own version of Sherlock and Holmes, so I've got to sort of figure that out. So I just sort of feeling perky today. I was a bit ill the other day, but what happens with my brain is a bit annoying at times, because when there's like little bits to it has to tweak or anything, sometimes it does, instead of just tweaking things, it does it whole system restore. And like when I've been out to like the Freud Museum and Cheshire Oaks, it decided to do a full system restore and page out the like cookies literally. So and that's what it does. It can't really just do adjustments in the background, it has to do a full system restore. So and I was trying to get through some headache pain without taking a Nurofen, because I was worried, because I heard that you have to be careful if you take painkillers with antidepressants, but I only ever have a Nurofen one every so often. I mainly have these damn forehead patches that go on your forehead that are cool, like a cold compress. That's what I usually have. So I eventually had a Nurofen, but I probably should have done to start with, but I was worried, so I kept myself in pain because I was too worried about it, and it's kind of sometimes things what I do. So yeah, I've seen a new picture of a new doctory picture that I want to do a drawing thing of, and I have a total crush on Cosgrave from University Challenge, because he's like, hey, Cosgrove, yeah, he's like so hot. It's like, and I love him. It's like, oh my god, he's amazing. So what else can I update you all on? I don't know really. Oh. So yes, what I'm currently doing is taking down the Disney Castle, and then I'm doing some Sylvanian family stuff probably, and I'm sort of trying to do jokes on Twitter, so, and be getting ready soon for the start of Series 10, and I will be doing my episode reviews over on my Who Ventures channel. Lego sets. I'm excited about the Pirates of the Caribbean set coming out, and the Lego website said, oh, you might like the Cupcake Cafe. Actually, oh, I quite like that actually. So, yeah. And also, I was like wondering if they had a container ship with all the container bits on, but I noticed that I missed out on that because that was in It came out in like 2014 or something, and it can even get it for like double the price now, which I'm a bit annoyed about. I don't know why, I just fancied a container ship with all the little containers on. I thought that would be fun. But there's the Lego Friends ski lodge, and some of that looks good, and the city jungle set, some of that looks good too. But Lego City, I wish they did stuff that wasn't just emergency services stuff, like schools or shopping centres, really interesting things. Or I'd love a museum, like the British Museum, that the one with the glass bit, and that'd be awesome. Yeah, they should do a museums of London category, and just do lots of museums and like things from the Science Museum, and then they could do stately homes. They would be fun, because I love the architectural Lego. So, put this back on. No, it is not going like that, Helen. So yeah, that's what I'm up to at the moment. So this sort of was an autism medication, but not really, because I haven't quite got that together yet. That thought process. But yeah, it's sort of like just believing the pieces. It's not. I do know how other people feel when they take Lego apart. If it's just bits of plastic to them, or if it's like making the Lego feel good. Because that's so. I was gonna do that. This is personifying Lego, but then I looked up personifying, and people seem to think it's something like to do with sexualizing objects, and it's not. It's just like when the same feeling when you see Dr. Pimple Poppy on YouTube, or when you see the videos of people having earwax extracted. It's the same thing. It's like the feeling of the people getting earwax extracted is what I think that inanimate objects feel when I sort of help them out and like get weeds out from between things and peel things off and pick at things. It's the same kind of feeling. Yay! This is so fun, and I've got a ton of these unicorn horns now, which is awesome. So I could make an army of unicorns. Did it so much fun I can do it. So, yeah, I'll let you go now. So, that's my sort of autism education, as well as an update. So, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Yay!